Welcome back. This is, I believe, lesson 44. We're doing word problems. Modeling means making an equation. Now, we know we're going to have to make two equations because that's the unit we're working on right now. But when you take a final exam or a Regents, you can, the red flag that tells you you're going to do a system is that they're talking about two different things. And here's our first example. Ramon rented a sprayer and a generator. Well, already we're talking about two different things. On his first job, he used the sprayer for 4 hours and the generator for 8 hours. And the total cost was $100. So S is the number per hour for the sprayer and G is the cost per hour for the generator. Oh my goodness. So they say S is the cost per hour for the sprayer. I don't like using S's, so I'm going to just change that to P. So like SP. And G is the cost per hour for the generator. So our variables, I'm going to say P is the cost for the sprayer. And I'm not writing an entire sentence. And G is the cost for a generator. You can really use whatever letters you want, but if you make it work in the problem, it might be a little bit easier to come up with an equation. So let's reread this now. On his first job, he used the sprayer for 4 hours and the generator for 8 hours. So I'm going to say 4 times the sprayer plus 8 times the generator total, and it says $100. And just like that, we made an equation. Now let's look at the next box. On his second job, he used each piece of equipment for 6 hours. So the sprayer was 6 hours, the generator was 6 hours, and the total was 90. Listen, on a Regent, you get 2 points for that. You made 2 equations. Go us. Now let's finish this up. What is the hourly cost for the sprayer and the hourly cost for a generator? Well, we have 2 equations. We're going to turn it into a system. 4P plus 8G equals 100. And I'm going to rewrite my other one. 6P plus 6G equals 90. This is fortunately or unfortunately for you guys, what we did in our last lesson. I just zoomed in a little bit. Dang it. It's not like a smart board. I can't just, I need more room. Hang tight. Okay. I zoomed in and screwed everything up. I needed some extra space for writing. So we have our system now. There is no letter by itself. And do you see how the P's and the G's, these 2 letters, they line up? So almost always in our world, you're going to use elimination to solve this. You can get rid of either letter, but I'm going to get rid of my P's. I'm going to eliminate those. So this becomes a 6 up here. This is a 4, and I'm going to make that one a negative. Now I'm going to carefully distribute 24P. These numbers can get big, and that's okay. We got calculators. 48G equals 600. And now I'm going to very carefully distribute negative 4. Negative 24P minus 24G. Okay, oops. Trying to give myself some space. Oopsie. I lost my 360. So the P's go away. 24P minus 24P. 48G minus 24G is 24. And 600 minus 360, I believe, is 240. So to divide, to get G by itself, divide by 24 on both sides. And you get G equals 240 divided by 24 is 10. So the generator is $10 an hour. Now we have to find the sprayer. I'm going to find some more room. I'm going to write here off to the left side. I'll use the second equation because it's right here. 6P plus 6G equals 90. Since G is 10, I'm going to put that right in there. 6P plus 6 times 10 equals 90. So we have 6P plus 60. Now, pause this. Try to solve. See if you can get the right answer. So we have minus 60 on both sides. Running out of space. 6P equals 30. Divide by 6. So P equals 5. So the sprayer is $5 an hour and the generator is $10 an hour. So number 2, a group of 148 people made up of adults and children is spending 5 days at a summer camp. A is the number of adults in the camp and C is the number of children. So our variable, A is the number of adults. Sorry about my dogs, they're barking at the air. C is the number of children. Those are hashtag symbols. Now, we have to write an equation. We are only given one useful number. We don't care that it's 5 days. We got 148 people. What kind of people? We got adults and kids. Adult plus children. So there's an equation. Now, we got to make another equation. The cook ordered 12 pounds of food for each adult. So that would be 12 pounds times every adult plus 9 pounds for each child. And the total is 1,410 pounds of food. And just like that, we have made our system. So I'm going to recopy it down here. A plus C equals 148. 12A plus 9C equals 1410. So our A's and our C's are lined up nicely. And remember, these are invisible ones. So what I'm going to do to get rid of my A, because that's my first letter, multiply the top by 12, the bottom by a 1. They're both positive, so I'm just going to make that bottom one negative. Now I carefully distribute 12A. 148 times 12. Let's see. Just typing that in my calculator. 1776. And now I'm going to carefully distribute the negative 1. So basically everything just becomes a negative or a minus. Now when we combine, the A's go away. 12C minus 9C is 3C. 1776 minus 1410. Oops. Missed a digit. 366. To get C by itself, divide by 3. So C is 122. That means there are 122 kids. Now we have to solve for A. Here's this mess. It's funny, sometimes things don't move. I'm going to use the first equation because it's way shorter than the other one. A plus C equals 148. So we know C is 122. So I'm going to plug that in. Solve for A minus 122 on both sides. And we get A equals 26, I believe. Keep working on this, guys. This is a huge part of final exams in algebra. So we will practice this again together in class.